everyone, this is Dheeraj Pandey with us. So Dheeraj is having his AFSB on 21st of June. So we are just going through a practice interview session with Dheeraj. Actually, he wanted me to take his mock interview. So I will be asking his questions that the interviewing officer asked me. So Dheeraj, are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Dheeraj, right? Your name is Dheeraj.
Yes.
So how have you been, Dheeraj?
I am fine. I'm absolutely fine.
So I have seen that I have seen in your PIQ that you have come from Haldwani, right?
Yes. I'm from Haldwani.
Okay. So how long it took come here to Dehradun? Sorry, to Varanasi from Haldwani?
Ma'am, actually, I boarded the train on 19 from
Okay.
10 from Katgodam railway station.
Okay.
Then at 2 we reached Bareilly station.
Okay.
And then from Bareilly we are having a train to Varanasi from 4 a.m. And we reach Varanasi at 2 p.m.
Okay.
on 20.
Okay. You reached at 2. So how many distance have you covered during a journey from Haldwani to Varanasi via train?
Ma'am, from Haldwani to Bareilly it's 80 kilometer.
Okay.
And then from Bareilly to Varanasi, it's around 450 to 500 kilometers.
Okay. So what will be the total distance?
Now, could you repeat the question?
I asked you what is the total distance you covered via train from Haldwani to Varanasi?
It should be, ma'am, around something 500 to 520 kilometers.
Okay, be specific, be more specific about it, Dheeraj. You told that from Bareilly to what? You told that it was 80 kilometer from Hal
Katgodam to
Bareilly.
Katgodam to
Yeah.
Bareilly.
Okay, and then from Bareilly to Varanasi it was
Varan
450.
400 to 450 kilometers.
Okay, okay, fine.
450 kilometers.
Okay, so Dheeraj, it seems that you have come a long way, right? And I suppose that this is your first AFSB.
Yes,
So
it's my
before
first time.
coming here, I would like to ask you about your place, the place you come from. Tell me something about your place.
Okay, so ma'am, I live in Haldwani of Nainital district, and
Okay.
Nainital is a part of Uttarakhand state. And Nainital is famous for its lakes because Nainital is known as a city of lakes. So there are many lakes in Nainital, like there is famous Naini Lake. Many tourists come to visit here. There is Nakuchia Tal Lake, there is
Mm.
Bhimtal Lake, and there are means many lakes. And in Nainital district, you will find that there is first national park of India, that is Jim Corbett National Park is here,
Yes.
and there is an international stadium, Indira Gandhi International Stadium, and it's a means very peaceful place here in Nainital because it gives you both the experience of a hilly and a means plains place. It gives you a peaceful place to live and with a facilities like Haldwani is having almost all the facilities with good private schools, good private hospitals, and means
Yes.
everything you will get here with a peace.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about my place.
Okay. So okay, fine, Dheeraj. So now we are going to have. It was just the introduction. We are going to have a conversation with you for like 30 minutes, and we are starting. Okay. So Dheeraj, tell me before coming to SSB, before coming to AFSB, have you taken any kind of coaching?
No, ma'am, sort of not. I was playing volleyball in my colony, so there I met a person, Vivek Pandey. He used to come to play volleyball with us. So he told me that how was your FCAT exam? So I told him that I cleared it. So as he has also given SSB for many times, so he guided me about it, that what's the procedure of SSB selection procedure and that. So after that, there is one my friend, he told me about his one friend Sukanya Datta who is preparing students with the help of a Telegram group. So I joined the Telegram group and from there I am taking guidance from her channel and from the other people who are preparing there. So I have prepared with the help of the Telegram group and some of the YouTube video which I have watched about the people experiences which they have shared in the YouTube about the SSBs, about the interviews and the
Mm-hmm.
various things which took place in SSB.
Okay, fine. So now I'm going to put you on a rapid question. That means you have to listen to it carefully and answer accordingly. Okay.
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
so Dheeraj, I would like to know about your percentage of marks scored in class 10, 12 when your graduation. I'd also like to know about the subjects that you loved in those level of education, the teachers that you loved the most, and the teacher you didn't like at all. I would also like to know about the kind of activities or extracurriculars that you performed in your school, any responsibilities that you took over during your three level of education, and also how much pocket money do you take from your parents, and what are your future goals? You may start, Dheeraj.
Okay, so ma'am, starting from my 10th class, so I scored 9 CGPA in my 10th class, which is equivalent to 85.5 percentage. Then in my 12th class, I scored 85.4 percentage with PCM. And then in my graduation, I took arts as a stream, and in that I scored 66.2 percentage. If I talk about what are the activities or we can say the responsibilities which were shouldered on my shoulder when I was in class 10 to 12. So during my schooling days, I was shouldered with the responsibility as I was the sports captain of my school. So I was shouldered with that responsibility. And being a sports captain, I have arranged my school's athletic meet also. Means there was an inter-school tournament, athletics tournament. So I have done means all the work regarding that. I have prepared the track for the student. As being a sports captain, you have to do that work. So I have done that work of preparing the track for the student and maintaining it, arranging the fixture for the means races and the other events which took place in the athletics. So that's the thing which I have done. And I have done other co-curricular activities, like I was the part of the first youth parliament which took place in Haldwani. So I was the part of it. I was a part of many quiz competition which took place in Haldwani. So after my 12th class, I joined MBBG college, and there also I done some of the extracurricular activities, like means I used to play volleyball there. So I used to represent my college in the Uthanmost tournament. And that, if I talk about now the teacher which I love the most in my school days, so till 10th class, I love means there are almost all the teachers which I like. There is no such teacher about which I think that I don't like, but they can't impress me. All the teachers are very good at my school. If I tell that one teacher which I like in my till 10th class, so that was Miss Manju ma'am. She was our social studies teacher. Means she was very kind. She is having a very means good attitude toward the student, and she take means every student. She give personal feedback to every student, and she means treat them as their own child. So that's the thing I like about her. Then from 11th to 12th class also means we are having every teacher was good to me, from my physical education teacher to my physics, chemistry, all were good and all have impressed me a lot. But I would like to say that it's our chemistry teacher, Miss Namita Bhatt. I was very close to her because she is like a mother to me. She supported me in means every time. Sometime when I don't understand any concept, so she used to call me in the chemistry lab and she means talk about me that what are the problem you are facing in your subject. So means this made me more closer to her, and that's I like about her. In my college also, there every teacher was good to me. So means I like every teacher there. If I talk about the teacher which I like in college, so it's my mathematics teacher, Mr. Naveen Bhagat. Means he's the department of head of our BA department also. So he helped me a very time in my admit, means in the you have to get the I-card. So my I-card was issued some late, so that time he helped me, and he helped me in classes also. So these are the things where he helped me. So I admire him most in the college days. So ma'am, I might have forgotten some questions. So could you please repeat them for me?
Your like how much pocket money do you earn from your parents, and how do you spend it?
See, actually, my father gave me 500 rupees for a month. That's my pocket money. And for other charges, like for my fuel on the scooty, he used to give me, means he used to himself fill the fuel, means he used to give me money, but on the name of the pocket money, I used to get 500 rupees.
And how do you spend this 500 rupees?
See, this 500 rupees, sometime I means sometime for 3 4 months I used to collect them, and sometime I like some shoes, so I used to take some shoes, and I used to go to play in volleyball. So sometimes when there is means a demand of the ball when our ball got busted, so we collect money for the rupees. So sometimes I pay my money there to buy a new volleyball. So these are the places where I spend my money, and sometimes I pay my money for some foods like eating chow means and other things like noodles and that.
Okay, fine, Dheeraj. Uh, and yes, so Dheeraj, I would like to know about your daily routine. Before coming to
Okay.
AFSB, how have you prepared yourself? What was the daily routine?
Okay. So I used to wake up at 6 in the morning. After that, I get fresh for half an hour, and around 6:30, I get my all things done like brushing teeth and all. After that, the first thing which I did is that I clean up my room, and means I put all the things in a good arrangement so that the clean becomes nice and tidy. Then after that, I used to go. There is a park nearby my home, so I used to go there for some run around 1600 meter. I used to jog, sometime I used to run. And after that, I come in my park, which is nearby my home, volleyball ground. Or we can say we have put it a chin up bar, so I used to do chin up there. After that, I comes to my home, and from around 8 to 10, I used to study current affairs. Then after 10 to 11, we used to have generally our breakfast. So at that time, I take my breakfast and do my other works like bathing and all. And from after 11:30, I used to study quantitative aptitude till 2. Then we used to have our lunch. Then I used to take rest for around 3 to 4 is the time when I used to take rest. After that, I used to prepare for my AFSB with the help of the Telegram group which I have joined. So from 4 to 6, I used to means study regarding the AFSB and how to prepare for it. I used to prepare for lecturate and other things from that time. Then after from around 6:30, I used to go to play badminton with my brother in my park. There is a park nearby us, so I used to go to play badminton with my brother to keep me physically fit. So we used to come at our home around 7:30, and from 7:30 to 8, I have to do some means traditional things like puja and also I used to do puja from around 7:30 to 8. Then from 8 to 9, I used to study some reasoning and the other thing. Then I used to take my dinner. And from 10 to 10:30, I summarize my day, means I revise the things which I have studied earlier. So this is how I make my day. And till 11, I used to go to sleep, 11 to 11:30.
So Dheeraj, you told that you go after you wake up, you clean your room, you go for jogging or running.
Yes,
And for this physical activity, how much time you devote yourself?
around 40 to 45 minutes.
That means
From 7 to 7:40
from
or
7 to 7.
7:45.
Okay, 7 to
Yes,
7:45.
7 to 7. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So you run for 1600 meters in what time?
I used to run it 1600 meter in around 7 to 8 minutes. And when I am running, so I used to run around from 6:30 to 7:30 or sometime 8. But when I used to jog, so I complete 1600 meter in around 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay, when you jog, it takes 10 to 12 minutes, and when you go for speed running, it takes.
Yes, means yeah, yes, means when I increase some of my speed, so I take around from 6:40 we can say to 7:30 minutes.
Okay, okay, fine. So you also I can see in a bio that you are also pursuing a master's,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So in your routine, you have not mentioned about it that how you are devoting your time into it. It seems that you are not paying attention to your master's.
No, ma'am, I'm paying my attention to the master. I have taken history in my master subject. So means when I'm studying for my exams, competitive exams, the time which I've devoted from 8 to 10 and from 11:30 to 2, that time I used to study. So in that only I used to cover my that portion, history portion,
But you
because
said that
history
from
we have to study.
11:30 you study aptitude.
Yes, quantitative aptitudes and other things.
From 11:30 you study aptitude, and then now you're saying that you're studying masters in that time.
No, means when I used to prepare from 8 to 10, that time I used to study that current affairs and my GS portion. So when I study about my GS portion, so that time I used to cover my that history portion because I am doing it from Open University. So in Open University, you get around 1 year. So when I study at a means I can do it in a low pace also. If
Mhm,
I cover a small topic a day by day, so I used to cover my whole syllabus in that.
mhm. Okay, okay, fine, Dheeraj. So now, again, I'm going to put my rapid fire question. Okay, Dheeraj. So,
Yes,
Dheeraj,
yes.
tell me how many members you have in your family, with whom you are close to, and with whom you share your secrets, and how do you help your family members, be it your brother, mother, or father, or your any other family member? How do you help them? And what kind of activities you are getting involved in your home? Okay, you may start, Dheeraj.
Okay, so ma'am, there are four members in my family, including me, my mother, my father, my younger brother, and me. And means I have a, means all the family members are equal to me, and everyone has a special place in my life. In my life, so means I admire them all, and all of them are close to me. So if I tell that what are the means I am close more, so all are the peoples I am close to. And please, ma'am, can you repeat the questions for me?
Okay, I said that how do you help your family members, be it your mother, father, or brother? How do you help them? And what are the kind of
Okay,
activities that you are involved in your home? What kind of activities do you regularly perform in your home?
okay. So for helping in my home, as I mentioned that I used to clean up my room, so that's the thing I used to do. By this, I give my participation in the household works by cleaning my room, by setting up my place. So by cleaning my room, I do some of the help of my mother. For my father, help I used to do his bank works. Means as he is busy in his duty, so I am the one who is doing his bank work like depositing and withdrawal of the cash and other things. And when I have to go to when he has to something to done with the marketplace, so he says to me that can you do this for me? So I do the works which are there for the marketplace. So by this way I help my father. And about my younger brother, so I help him in studies also, I help in sports also. So these are the help which I give to my brother.
So, when was the last time your father got angry on you?
There was means my father and me share a very good relation. So means it has been a long, I guess. I was in class 6 when I was means I was not paying too much attention to my studies. So that time he scolded me that you should pay your attention to your studies. After that means I never gave him a chance for any type of complaint. So means that was the thing.
Uh, okay. So you have your younger brother, right?
Yes.
So who is bossy? Like who is the boss in your home? You or your younger brother?
No, it's not like a bossy. We both are equally admired in our family, and we means our parent pay equal attention to us. Means nobody is superior to the other. Means the parents look or means the parents look and hear about both of us, and means it's not like that anyone is being bossy in the house. Both of us are, but
Mike, Dheeraj. Uh,
yes. So as I am elder
start.
to him, so yes. So as I am elder to my brother, so sometimes means my father and mother listens to me, but it's not like that we are not paying attention about him or to his point. So there is no point about of being bossy in the home about me and my brother.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me what is the advantage and disadvantage of being the eldest in your family?
Okay, so advantage are that you are the elder one, so means you get experiences in life early than your brother, and means you are there means in your family, and sometimes you are considered when the decisions are taken. So as you are the elder one in
Mike. Mhm.
okay, so when it's come to the decision making, so your points are listened more. But if means there are not disadvantage, we can say that if the disadvantage of being an elder is that if you are a younger, then you get experiences from your big brothers also who are elder to you, so you miss that experiences of your brother. So this is the, I think, a disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. So, okay. So, what are the three qualities that you get annoyed with your mother? What are the three qualities that you like to change in your father and your mother?
See, about the qualities which I would like to change in my father, that my father means having sometimes have a high or low BP level also and sugar level also. So sometimes he forget to take his medicine. So that time I want to change his habit. Sometimes he forget because he's having a very hectic schedule of the duty. He have to do his duty for 12 hours. So sometimes he forget. So I want that he should take his means medicines at time. So that's the thing I want from a father. And the other thing which I want from my father is that as he's suffering from, I'm not saying that suffering means his the sugar level is some high, so I want him to do the regular yoga. But I can understand that he's doing duty for 12 hours, so he's not getting time. So, but I want that if he can arrange the time for even half an hour for doing yoga, so that would be very beneficial for him. And about my mother, see, my mother, I think she is a very good lady. If I have to change his one habit or some habit, so sometime my mother, she used to talk to, when she means talk in the phone, so she used to talk about 50 to 60 minutes. Sometimes she takes. So I think that that's a thing which I would like to change on her.
Okay,
And,
fine.
and other than that, I find everything good in them.
Okay. So, so now tell me, who is your close friend?
Okay. So currently my closest friend is Saurabh Tirua.
Okay.
Yes, Saurabh Tirua is my closest friend this time.
And others?
Others, there is Deepak Thakur, Bharat Sharma, Shivam Joshi, and Puran Upreti. These are my friends which have a great importance in my life.
So you told us Saurav is your most closest, correct?
Yes, Saurav is the
So
one
what
I'm close.
are the three qualities of yours that Saurav would like to change in you?
Okay, so means I am good in studies. Means I used to means make a plan and stick on it. So this is the thing Saurav like about me. He says that you make a
No,
proper plan and you.
I said that what are the three qualities that Saurav would like to change in you?
Okay, in me.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. See, Saurabh, sometimes Saurabh says me that you are doing means you are preparing for defense and you are doing less adventurous activities as I am doing adventurous activities twice in a year or means in a 6 months. So he says that you should go for more adventurous activities. So this is the thing Saurabh would like to change in me, if I guess. And the others is that he said that I should change my approach. Although I've changed my approach, he said that you have a lot of potential to do in your life. So you should means make a proper use of that. So these are the qualities which Saurabh would like to change in me.
So Dheeraj, uh, how do you keep yourself updated with the current affairs?
Okay, so I used to watch study IQ videos and study IQ. I've used to study from study IQ to keep me updated. This is the platform which I used to keep me updated because there I get news related to the national and international. And for my regional update, I used to study the Dainik Jagran newspaper, which comes to my home. So I use that newspaper also to keep me updated around my local area.
So Dheeraj, tell me one national news of your interest. Any of the national news that is going in current right now.
Okay, so national news which I have read day before yesterday, it was that the government of India, Union Government of India has started the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. So it is basically a scheme which is launched by the Union government to support the people who are facing means they are not having anything to eat due to the COVID crisis because they are not having any kind of job. So under the scheme, the government of India is going to provide food to 80 billion peoples of India. 80 million people, sorry, means 80 crore peoples of India. So that means no one in India would sleep without food, because many people are facing various kind of issues. So in this scheme, around 26,000, 2,600 crore of the government of India would be invested, which would be bared by the central government. And this scheme would be means implemented by the both central government and the state government.
Okay,
In
fine,
India, there
Dheeraj.
are,
Okay, it was good. So, Dheeraj, one news is going through in the international news. One is going through. It is about the G7 summit. Are you aware of it?
yes, ma'am, but I have just heard the headline of about G7. Means I'm not totally sure, but yes, I know some of the headlines which I
Okay,
have read.
so can you name the countries that are in the G7 or G7 countries?
Yes, ma'am, I would. Yes, so there is USA, Canada, there is Russia, there is China, there is Germany,
Are you
there is
sure about it?
France.
If China is there?
Yes, I guess that China is there in G7 countries.
We go on.
Then there is Germany, then there is France. And one country I'm not sure about that, which is there. I'm forgetting. Sorry, ma'am.
It's okay, fine. So, what are your backup plans if you don't make it into the armed forces? What are the backup plans? Other backup plans?
Okay, so ma'am, I am preparing for SSC CGL also. So if unfortunately this time I would not get recommended, so I am having means 3 to 4 chances of FCAT also after this, and I am having 3 to 4 chances of CDS also. So I would like to give more and more SSB, and means I would come after means analyzing my mistake, and I would get recommended in those attempts. So if unfortunately I would not get selected, so I have filled the form of the CAPF assistant commandant. So I would go for that exam, and I'm preparing for it very well nowadays. And I am preparing for SSC CGL exam also after my 12th. So in that also I would seek for some of the means jobs which provide adventures like those of defense like CBI and Central Bureau of Narcotics, and some of that job which provide adventure. So I would like to join those jobs if I would not clear this SSB. So I would like to go for SSC CGL and CAPF exams.
Okay, fine, Dheeraj. So, Dheeraj, are you aware of the kind of trainer aircraft that we use in the Air Force?
Yes, ma'am. I have read about them some in a
Can you
book.
name them?
Yes, ma'am. There is in Sukhoi SU-M30,
Are you
M30
sure it is a
MSAT.
trainer aircraft?
No, no, it's not a trainer. Sorry, sorry. We are
I'm
having
asking you
Tejas
about
as
the
a,
trainer. Yes.
yes. In Tejas, we are having the trainer aircraft in Tejas Mark 1 MK1, and we are having Dassault Mirage also as a trainer aircraft. So these are the two which I know about the trainer aircraft.
So, have applied for ground branch, right?
Yes, I have applied for the flying branch also, but I am a habitual wearer of spectacles.
Okay, it's okay, fine. So, if you were to fly a aircraft, so which one you'd like to fly and why?
See, if I would have to fly an aircraft, so I would definitely like to fly Sukhoi, because there is one of my friend in the Indian Air Force. He used to tell me that Sukhoi is the best aircraft which currently Indian Air Force is having, and I have seen its video in the YouTube also, and it's a very good aircraft. So I would like to fly Sukhoi. Yes, I would like to fly any of the aircraft in Indian Air Force, because if you have to fly any of the, that's a very good thing. But for my personal choice, I would like to fly Sukhoi.
And are you aware of the ground branches that are available in Air Force? What are the ground branches available?
See, ma'am, in ground branches, I have read that we have to do the work of the air traffic controller also. So this is the work we are going to do if I was selected for the ground duty branch.
Only air traffic controller?
No, currently, I'm knowing about this.
And what does an air traffic controller do?
Means air traffic controller used to regulate the means trafficking in the air. Means it used to give the signals with the help of the radar to means so that means the plane can fly safely in the air. It used to monitor them.
Okay. So, are we aware of what is a PVC, Paramveer Chakra? And can you name of some of the those achieving this award? Name of the person from Air Force or Indian Army or Indian Navy receiving Paramveer Chakra award?
Yes, ma'am. So Paramveer Chakra is the means highest military award which is given in the wartime. So there are many recipients of the Indian Air Force. Means no, there is are many recipients who have got the Paramveer Chakra. So the first one who got Paramveer Chakra was Major Somnath Sharma. He got it for the valor or courage he has shown in the 1947 war between the India and Pakistan. There are many people who got the Paramveer Chakra till now. There is one person flying officer Nirmaljit Sekhon. He also got the Paramveer Chakra for the courage valor which he has shown in the war.